We've got all fluids inside my trumpet. Fluids, bodily fluids. All right, here we go. Can you see this? Salute. Okie dokie. Now that we've got that out of the way, welcome to the Skylab. I've been threatening to do this for a while. We have, I don't know if you can see on the screen, some images, and these images are what I put in my zine. Yeah, this is the latest one, Waiting to Cross Hair. Some of you should know because I'm always plugging it, always pushing it. And it's some of the images that I take at my events, I'm putting them into zine format because, you know, images, this is the proper home for an image, you know, a book or a zine, you know, something that people can touch and feel and own and turn the pages. So, yeah, so this whole episode is really about my workflow of how I put together these zines, Waiting to Cross Hair. So I'm gonna give it a go. Don't know how much of it you can see, how much of it I can do, how much of it I can show. But yeah, I've been saying I'm gonna do it for a while, so let's do it. Let's just do it. Let me change my glasses so that I can see what I'm doing. It's just something that I love doing, putting together zines. I love putting them together almost as much as I love actually taking the photos. And yeah, I love taking the photos. I love holding the cameras, you know, that feeling of having something physical. But this is just so enjoying when you can get to see your work, you know, the fruits of your labor in some physical form. So anyway, on the screen, if you look, I don't know if you can see from here. On the screen, we've got our digital photo professional program. This is some street photography that I took yesterday. And this is how I generally view my images, but that's another matter. Let's go over to my magazine. This is where I keep my, no, that's not my magazine. Where's my magazine? The one that says magazines, that might be it. That could be it. Could be lie me I tell. Yeah. This one here says magazines. And this is where I keep all my episodes. You can see I'm working on a new episode, and it is the Notting Hill Carnival, because this year with COVID-19, the Notting Hill Carnival is going to be virtual. That's not really the reason why I'm doing it, because I've covered the Notting Hill Carnival for many years. Well, about three years. Let's not exaggerate. So anyway, I've got all these images and I've put together, you can see a few pages already that I've already done. Page one, I've got, it's going to be a 36 pager. It might be better if I show you on my, actually on the folder. I've got a folder down here. Here you go. It's much more clear, yeah. These are the pages that I've actually done already. These ones here. Yeah, I'll give you a little sneak preview of the cover. Yeah, this is the cover. Yeah, and as you can see, it's basically laid out, and it's an image that I just love. This image, you know, so much is going on, and just capturing it, the essence and the energy of being at Carnival. I've got some type on here, but these probably will change. Some of these will change because this is just a first proof. I usually go through a first proof, a second proof, and a flight proof of each page. And let me just run through some of the pages that I've got at the moment. You know, inside, that's a front cover, that's an inside front. Some of these will probably change by the time I get to finishing it. Yeah, this is my editorial page. This is definitely going to change, this one. I've already got some ideas of what I want to do. But yeah, it's basically, you know, running through the going to Carnival, the experience of going to Carnival. Because, you know, you look at that train. Look at that train journey. I mean, it's just, there's so much energy that happens outside of the idea of what we think Carnival is. So yeah, just some pages. The first half, just traveling, because, you know, being from sunny South London, we have to travel to Carnival, which is in West London. And those who live in West London, who don't have to do this, you miss out on all this experience. So this is, you know, it's all good anyway. So yeah, these are just some spreads. That's page, what page is this? It's page 8, page 9. So these are spreads you're looking at. That's left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Oops, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. So it's just some, basically at this first stage, we're laying out pages. I have a folder here. As you can see, all the pages are there that I've done. I've done up to, well, I usually start with the first page, the cover page, then I do the back page. Let me show. This back page is not finished. It's just an image I've put on there. So this is what it is at the moment. That's the back page at the moment. That's definitely going to change. I just put it as a placeholder, just so that I can get an idea of what it's going to look like. So I start with the cover page, then I do the back page, then I do a center page spread, and then I do the inside front cover, and then I do the inside back cover, and then I work from the center going back to the beginning, then I go back to the center, work from the center to the end. And then when I've put together a rough of all the pages, this is where it will be in the first proof. As you can see, we've gone all the way down. Well, there's the center page spread. This is the center page at the moment. Left and right hand side. Just a shot of the crowds. Yeah. And then from the center page, you can see we're going down, 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 down. We've reached page 27. Because we've got these 35 and 36 at the back and the inside back, which are probably going to change. So we're nearly there for the first proof. Once I've done the first proof, that's just laying out the images and getting that right. And then I go through it again and work on the text, because some pages are going to have text on it. Some of them are not going to have texts on there. Let's see if there's one with some, yeah, see these little text boxes? This is just blurb. At the moment, this is just stuff from other images, other episodes, editions. Keep calling them episodes. So all this is going to change. There'll be correct writing in there to reflect what's going on here. So yeah, so that's what I do on the second proof. Go through, get all the text box right, get all the texts right, get all the spellings and the grammar and all that. Then I go through it again, and then make sure all the pages are sized, all the images are sized correctly. You know, they're 300 dots per inch, they're CMYK. So you go through it 3 times, and then it's flight proof. Yeah. So, what am I going to show you? I'm going to show you how I put together a page. Yeah. Because we are actually on page 28, 29 at the moment. And I've got my Photoshop open. No, I haven't got my Photoshop open. So we're going to open that in a minute. But also I put it together. I put zine together using Quark. And this is Quark Express. This is on my other machine, which is over there. You can't see it, but you can see the screen because of the clever technology has allowed us to share screens. So this is the page layout. That's going to be 28 and 29. The pages are blank at the moment, but I'm going to import some images into that box and this one, and to show you how easy it is to be done. It's pretty simple, pretty simple. Well, everything's simple when you know how, right? Okay, let's go over to Digital Photo Professional and let's look at the images that we have placed inside page 28 and 29. Yeah, these are the images that I want to put on the page. So as you can see there, these ones are black and white. I want them all to be color because the first half of the zine is in black and white, the second half's in color. So these ones I'm going to have to change them over to color. And what I like about this program here, you know, the treatment that you do on the images, you can just cut and copy and paste the treatment that you've done. You know, all these different settings, all these curves, contrast, shadow, highlight, sharpness, all this kind of stuff. Once you've done it for one page, you can copy it. Yeah, copy the recipe as it's called, and then go over to the next page that you're doing, which is this one, and I can paste see that? If we go over here now, we can see this image which I want to use as now has that recipe pasted onto it as a starting point, and then you can just tweak it. If it's a bit dark, needs to be brightened up a bit, I mean, we can brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. There you go. That's a bit better. Look, it's knocking back the red stripe here. Yeah. So that's okay. Once that's done, I just 4-star it. And this one over here, we'll do this one as well. As you can see, when it comes in raw, everything's just flat until I paste that recipe on there, and this one should change over, zunk, into color. The beauty of shooting raw. Yeah, so this one's pretty all right. Don't really need to do much to it. Yeah, give that a 4-star as well. And this one, which is, I actually took this one a different year, so that's 2018. The ones before were from 2017. This one actually is already in color, but we're gonna add the treatment to it so we can get the same kind of vibe, and it might work. There you go, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that's so easy, simple. Everything's easy when you know how. Put the 4 stars on that. So now we've got our 3 images that are going to go on that spread, 28 and 29. So highlight them, and then we're going to turn them into JPEGs, what we're going to use, because these are raw files. So browse my way over to that page, which is 28, 29. Should be at the top. Oh, there you go. I've already called it roadblock because I knew what sort of images were on there. There's an absolute roadblock. That corner I couldn't even move. Yeah. So we're gonna put them in there. Leave it at 300 DPI. 350. It's got DPI. Execute. It's going to send those raw files. Put the treatment onto it. Put them in that folder so that we can apply them to the page. Yep, it's all good. It's all good. Watching a blue bar go across, which is my favorite thing to do in life. Blue bars, Chelsea bars. Those who know. Anyway, There you go, done. Done, diddy do, done, done. So if we now go to the folder, which is page 2829, roadblock, here we go, is the images. They've turned up nicely. It's a little bright, that one. Well, we can always fix it later if we want to. Yeah. So how I'm looking at it, we want that image in the middle. We want this one, because they're going into the shot, that's going to be on the right hand side. And the last one, if it'll show me it, the last one, this one, it's going to be on the right hand side. So we're probably going to crop it there. So it's, I'm trying to get 3 images per page. That's the plan. So there's 2 ways of doing this now. Once we've got it to this stage, we can actually put it straight into, we can load these straight into Quark if we want to, and lay it out on the page. 1, 2, 3. Need another graphics box in the middle. Or what I've been doing this time is laying out the whole page in Photoshop and then blending them together to get, it gives you a more pleasing, I think it's more pleasing image when you do it that way. So let's do that. Let's launch Photoshop, which I should have launched before. Right, anyway, here we go. Let's not waste any time. Photoshop. Right, new page. And I've already got it set at the right dimensions for the whole strip. And then I simply pull a guide across so that we get the center. And it kind of snaps into place when you get to the center, he said. There you go. You see that? It's very slight. It snaps into place. So you know that's where the center is. That's the center of, you know, the spine. So now we can just pull them in. So we want the one in the middle to go first. So we drag that on. Yep. No, that's not the middle one. That's the right hand side. So that one's going to go over here. That one's going to go here. Oops. Like that. And then, he said, we'll grab the middle one on. The middle one is usually at the bottom. And I'll show you why. That's the middle one. Put the middle one in. Yep. That's perfect. That is perfect. And we can pull this to the bottom to make it the bottom layer. And then we can do the third one, which is this one here. That's the left-hand page. Yep. So that one is going to be at the top. And let's pull it over this way. So we can crop off all this white space on the side, remembering to leave a little bit because it bleeds. These pages bleed off the edge. So there needs to be 3mm trim on the edge. So you don't try not to put it too close to the edge, otherwise you're going to lose bits. All right, so we can move this one in as well because it's a bit on the edge. Yeah. So once all that is done, then what do you do? We can put in our mask, shadow mask, shade it out, mask it out, and just paint out the bits we don't want. Yeah, just paint it out. Paint it out, man. You paint that out. Paint out where you don't want. Yeah, there you go. It looks all right, doesn't it? Looks all right. Do the same on this side. Paint out the bits you don't want. Paint it out. And there's always bits like this which kind of make it difficult. But you can work it out. You can work out something there. Yeah. So you end up with a colourful spread. I mean, that's just the rough of it. I mean, you can really neat it up and get it exactly how you want it. And we can look and see what bits, what's behind, and that can kind of help in how we organize the page. So let's pull this out a bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Yeah, pull that out. So basically, there's a spread. There is your spread. You know, if you paint off too much, you can just flip the brush. That's what I like about this. If you paint off, what have I done? If you paint off too much, right, if you go mad and accidentally paint off too much, you can just flip the brush and paint it back in. It's brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. Flip the brush by I'm pressing X to flip the brush, and notice when I flip it, this is changing from white to black. That's a foreground color and that's a background. So flipping it will determine how much I can take out. Yeah. That's all right. That looks all right. I think it looks all right. These are the actual masks that I'm clicking on. This side. This is the image. That's the mask. That's the image. So when I'm selecting this side, I'm actually selecting the mask. See, this bit is going to look odd because there's all this here. It's going to look a bit odd because there's a big head. There's a big head, and underneath there's a big hand. So, you know, trying to get it right, you just got to get it right, innit? Get it right. I'll probably put a text box over there to hide that when I get it into Quark Express. Right, so once that's done, we can save it, and we'll call this roadblock. Save as. We go over to the page. Where's our page gone? Page 28. Is this one? Yeah. Let's call it roadblock. Roadblock. PSD. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll flatten it because we're going to import it into Quark as a flattened image. You could do it with all the layers, but I prefer to do it flattened. But I keep the one with the layers so I can edit it afterwards if I need to re-edit. So flatten image, and then once it's flattened, let's close this because that's just in the way. Once it's flattened, we'll change the mode to CMYK. Yeah, and that's a spread ready to go in. File, save as. I save it the same thing, but I call it JPEG. So it's the same name. Oops, what happened there? Yeah, JPEG. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Done diddy do, done done. So all I have to do now, I could actually close that, is go over to Quark and lay it in. I can actually do it from here. Should be able to do it from here. What I need to do is make this page, make it wider, this box, to there, like that. So it's going to be one image right the way across. Let's get rid of that background box. The one in the background, don't need that. Oops, always delete the wrong one. Why do I always do that? Yeah. And then import. So go to page 28. Here it is, roadblock JPEG. And it even tells you, look, CMYK, all the dimensions, physical dimensions and file dimensions are there. Open. And there you go. Look, loads it straight in. So all we have to do is line it up, 0, oops, and 0. It is actually on the page now, how you want it. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Doesn't that look cool? You got a nice spread there. As I said, there's that head there, which there's not a lot I can do with it because it's the way the image is. So here's my text box. I'm going to grab this and I'll probably have some text over there or something. I might do. Or I might just leave it. I can actually tint this text box. I can make it white. I can put a different shade on it or something so you can slightly see through. I can do something, or I can just leave it as it is. As I said, this is just some standard text that I will change when I finish off the page, when I go through on my second pass. But that's it. There you go. All we need to do is change the pages, page 28. Let's do that. Section start 28, and that also automatically puts 29 over there. So you've got 28 and 29. Done. Save. Save as. Let's go to the right page. 28. Page 28. Oops. 28 and 29. 28 and 29. NHC, Notting Hill Carnival. Roadblock. Roadblock. Yeah. Save. Yep. And then once that's done, we can make a PDF of it to go in the first proof. Export layout PDF, and that's 2829. Save. And that is currently, as we watch the blue bar going across, making the PDF pages. The PDF pages are what I actually sent to the printers. Yeah. Once they're correct, of course, I send the PDFs. As you see, it's going across pretty quick, pretty quick. So if we go over here to the page, there you go, 28 and 29. Yeah, so these are the PDFs. There's one page. There's 29. And the images are all nicely blended together. So, yeah, it's all good. It's as simple as that. Let's go to my first proof page and add these in. These two to the list. I can put that away. So we got 28 and 9. Let's change the title so it says 28 on its own. Change this one so it says 29 on its own. There you go. So we just keep doing that until we reach all the way to 36. Yeah. There's yeah. Coming along really nicely, isn't it? So that is basically the workflow for waiting to crosshair. This is my 7th edition. You know, I've done 4 already this year. This is going to be the 5th one for this year. You know, the lockdown thing has really helped me to focus and knock these out. So, yeah, just wanted to show you the workflow. And Now you know. Get out there, or not out there, get in there and put some zines together, man. So easy. So easy. Get it done. There's no excuse. It's the final process. It's the final part of, you know, taking those images. You can share them and give them to people. You don't have to sell them. You can give them to people. Say, look, here you go, look. Here you go, look, here you go. Have a zine, you know, and they can flick through and, wow, this is really nice. It's all good. Okay, done. Till next time. Zoom. Keep on keeping on. Proper things. Done. Done diddy do done done. Done 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 done. Didin didin din done done done. Done. You want me to play out in the trumpet, innit? Not getting it. Because you want it. Zoom. Okay, how do we stop this? Stop